In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the topology mode. I already have MIDI bridge open and I have 4 cubes connected. As you can see, the first is the master and the remaining 3 are slaves. They are also set to topology mode by default, so I don't have to change anything, except I'm going to change the color of the 3 slaves in order to differentiate between the 3. I don't have the master here as it's not going to be used, but it's still connected to my computer via the USB connector. Okay, now let's switch back to Cube 2, which is the green one here. In topology mode, you get the sender, receiver, as well as sensor mode all combined. As you can see, Cube 2 is detecting the different faces of Cube 4 as I switch the face around. By default, it is also sending a MIDI note message. At the same time, it can also sense the distance of Cube 4. This will work on each side of the cube. If I bring in Cube 3, it detects it too and sends the default MIDI note message per side. It also senses the distance of Cube 3. Now if I click on Zoom on this face of the cube, I can see some more details. There can be 16 possible cubes running simultaneously, so there are 16 sets of controls here. The first is the master, so that's not going to work. Also, since the second is a cube in question, it is also not going to work as cubes don't send data to themselves. But all others will work. So you can see there the note number light up, showing that message was sent, and the sliders show the distance. It doesn't have to send note messages. You can also select MIDI CC here. You can solo the face, make it control the specific RGB values, so you get more visual feedback. Okay, so let's make use of this data in Ableton Live. I have a session here. The cutoff frequency could be something that I could control with the cubes. And also these delay, dry, wet, and feedback parameters. So let's set this up. I'm going to solo that particular face. In Ableton, select the parameter. But before we can assign this, let's make sure MIDI bridge is sending out MIDI data. I'm going to use the IAC driver bus. Okay, now turn on MIDI mapping. Select the parameter and it's assigned. I'll limit the range just a bit. Let's check if that's working. All right. Back in MIDI bridge, let's turn off the solo button. Now let's bring in the blue cube to control the delay parameters. So as you can see, it's this face. Zoom in. So that's the second cube. Let's solo it and make sure it's sending CC values rather than note on values. Back in Ableton, select the delay parameter and MIDI map it. I'll also assign the feedback to the same control. Let's also limit the ranges. Okay, go back and turn off solo. In Ableton, you can see the delay and feedback parameters are now controlled by the blue cube. Let's test both out. Cool. So that's how you use the topology mode in MIDI Bridge.